Hi guys, and welcome to Healyverse Creations, a place where literally anything could be next. Today, I am making a leather drinking horn strap. Quick preface on this. For Christmas, Matt and I both got drinking horns, and the nerd in us just overjoyed. Absolutely just happy. However, the straps they came with aren't leather. They're not really durable. One of them had a really, really thin belt strap, and they feel plasticky. So, while I was busy editing stuff, doing bits, my husband disappeared into the kitchen for 5-10 minutes and came back with new ones made of leather. And it was such a quick and simple process. Admittedly, I did ask him why he didn't film it, but it was more so he knew he could do it. He wanted to prove that he could do it. And then he just kind of did it. But that's fine, because according to my husband, it was such a fun and easy thing to do that I should make the video. The versions that my husband made were both brown. Just a nice, thin brown leather that we had. But, as he's mentioned previously, my LARP character is more reddy themes. Or at least that's what I'm going for. If you couldn't tell, I kind of like the color red a bit. I wanted to make one that was red. Not only is this a really simple craft that if you have the leather and the tools you can do in less than 30 minutes, but it was really fun to do and it was really satisfying. So to start off, obviously you need your leather. Matt used one of these as a template. I used one of his because I knew it was about the right size. I knew I could trim it down because I wanted it a little bit more snug, a little bit less angled at the bottom. If you don't have a template, essentially you just want to measure around your drinking horn where you want it to fall, top and bottom, because you need both measurements. And then kind of just, you can make it perfectly straight if you want. You can give it some personality. It's completely up to you. But essentially you mark out the strap that goes around the horn, and then you cut that out, obviously. And then for the belt strap, it was 3 centimeters by 16 centimeters. And that just gives you this nice thick strap. So it's about 8 centimeters folded in half, subtracting the rivets and all that. Now, I think the most challenging bit of this whole thing was punching the holes. And that's, 1, I'm weak. And 2, our hole punch is a bit wonky and getting dull. So it's only half my fault. So I did have to call in Matt to help me a little bit with punching out the holes. But I was able to do some of them myself. So essentially, on your strap, you'll want to you can eyeball it, you can measure it if you really want to, but you're going to punch out 2 holes for your ring rivets. Then fold your strap in half, mark through those holes once you've punched them into the backside so that they match. One little tip from my husband, when marking out the second set of holes, you can fold it in half, and then if you take your pen and do a dot in the center of the hole, you can then use your punch to do kind of a ghost mark on the leather to make sure that hole is in the center. Then you punch those holes out, And do the exact same thing with your band that goes around your horn. Now, one thing I do recommend if you are strength challenged like me is to do the third rivet holes before everything's connected. Because my husband's nice and strong and helpful, I didn't do that, but I do recommend doing that if you're gonna have trouble punching through 3 layers in one go. So, once you've got all your rivet holes ready, you essentially line them up with your rivet tool and hammer them in. Again, I struggled with the open rivets because it's 3 layers of leather. It's thicker leather than Matt used previously, and I didn't have the strength to press it down and hold it and hit it, so Matt did those. But I did the solid rivet. I believe those are just snap rivets that click together and then you just hammer them in. It was super simple and that bit came together really easily. Then all that was left was punching my holes to lace it up. I used a slightly smaller hole than I had for the rivets and it was a little bit sharper, so it was a bit easier. And I only did 3 holes because I had a thinner band, at least thinner than this one. But I figured 3 holes was plenty. And then, once it was laced, there it is. And it's a beautiful red. I don't know if this camera will show it, but you can see it in the video, obviously. So all you do is you slip off the old one and slide on a new one. And because the leather's nice and stretchy, it fits up in there. It's nice and secure, and it matches my future outfit that I've yet to make. So there it is. This is such a simple project, but it looks so nice. And you can always add embellishments, you know, if you want to do some kind of design on the strap or on the front of your holder. You can always do that. Again, this leather is fairly thin, so I don't know if I'd trust wood burning or stamping, but I'm also just kind of a fan of the simple design. So, my LARP character has another piece, and I am so pleased with that. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to go down and hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications so you get notified whenever we post, and leave a comment for what you'd like to see next. If you tried this, how did yours come out? Do you have any tips for the punching out of holes? That was the most challenging bit for me. I know there is an alternative method of hand punching with a little tool. We do have those, which I did not realize, and if I had, I might have tried to use those instead. There are different options, different ways you can do this. You can even do it so it's sewn and it's a solid width, but the way we did it, we could always interchange them because my husband's drinking horn is a little bit wider than mine. So if he wanted to ever use the red, it would expand because of the lacing. So just a design feature that isn't required. Again, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see, how this went for you if you tried it. It's a really beginner-friendly and fun leather project. I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Whatever that could be. Matt, there's someone at the door.
I'll get it.